What if the world stopped buying oil? Imagine waking up tomorrow and suddenly the world no longer wants oil. Gas stations are empty. Oil tankers are stranded at sea. Stock markets are crashing. And some of the richest countries on Earth are losing billions of dollars every single day. For over 100 years, oil controlled the global economy. But what happens if the world suddenly stops buying it? For more than a century, oil has powered modern civilization. Cars, planes, factories, shipping, electricity, plastic production. Today, the world consumes over 100 million barrels of oil every single day. That enormous demand created some of the most powerful energy-producing nations on Earth. Countries like Iran, Saudi Arabia, Russia, Venezuela, Kuwait, Iraq, and the United Arab Emirates built massive parts of their economies around oil exports. But now imagine a future where that demand collapses. Electric cars become cheaper than gasoline vehicles. Solar and wind energy dominate power generation. Hydrogen replaces diesel for trucks and ships. And new bioplastics reduce the need for oil-based products. Suddenly, the world starts using less and less oil. And then, oil demand crashes. The first shock would be economic chaos across oil-dependent countries. Governments that rely heavily on oil income would face enormous financial pressure almost overnight. Oil money funds salaries, infrastructure projects, subsidies, and entire national budgets. If oil prices collapse, many economies could enter recession very quickly. Major oil companies could lose billions. Stock markets might panic. Investors could pull money out of the energy sector, and unemployment could rise fast. Now imagine that happening globally. Mega construction projects could stop. Government spending might shrink dramatically. Entire cities built around the oil industry may struggle to survive. Even wealthy Gulf states like Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE would face serious economic pressure if oil revenue disappeared too quickly. Then global politics would begin to change. For decades, oil shaped military strategy, global alliances, and international conflicts. One of the most important locations on Earth became the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway near Iran, where a huge percentage of the world's oil shipments pass every day. But if the world no longer depends on oil, that strategic importance could start fading. Countries that once had enormous influence because of oil exports could lose geopolitical power. Meanwhile, entirely new industries would rise. Instead of competing for oil fields, countries may compete for lithium, cobalt, copper, semiconductors, AI technology, and advanced batteries. Nations leading renewable energy and electric vehicle technology could become the new economic superpowers. But the transition would not be smooth. Millions of jobs worldwide depend directly or indirectly on oil. Oil rigs, refineries, tankers, gas stations, petrochemical factories. A rapid collapse in demand could trigger massive unemployment and global recession. Banks heavily connected to oil investments could face major losses. And despite the growth of renewable energy, most experts believe oil will not completely disappear anytime soon. Because oil is not only used for fuel, it is also used in plastics, chemicals, fertilizers, medical equipment, electronics, clothing, and thousands of industrial products. So even in a renewable future, oil may still exist, just with far less power than before. At the same time, many countries could benefit from reduced oil dependence. Cleaner air, lower carbon emissions, cheaper renewable electricity, less dependence on unstable energy markets. Electric vehicles could reduce transportation costs. Cities may become quieter and less polluted. And countries that spend billions importing oil every year could save enormous amounts of money. New technologies like hydrogen fuel, advanced batteries, and bioplastics may completely reshape the global economy. But here's the real question. If the world stopped buying oil tomorrow, which countries would adapt fast enough to survive the new energy era, and which ones would be left behind?